All right, this is question 14 of the 2018 AMC 10 Test A, and this problem is actually pretty easy if you think about it. Okay, um, so it's asking us which is the greatest integer less than or equal to 3 to the 100th power plus 2 to the 100th power divided by 3 to the 96th power plus 2 to the 96th power. All right, so how do we solve this? Well, it's asking us the greatest integer. Here, let me write this down for a second. So we have 3 to the 100 power plus 2 to the 100 power divided by, does this look like a plus sign? I feel like my drawing here is so bad but so good at the same time. Alright, 3 to the 96th power plus 2 to the 96th power. And then we're trying to find which is the greatest integer less than or equal to. Alright, so we're trying to find some integer that is less than or equal to this value right here, right? So we're going to call that integer x, alright? And it's less than this value right here, right? So let's do a little bit of algebra now, right? Let's multiply each side by 3 to the 96th power plus 2 to the 96th power. And a common misconception is don't get confused on the powers, alright? Don't get confused just because of the same numbers. You can't cross anything out yet because there's this plus sign, alright? So don't get confused on that. So we're going to multiply each side by 3 to the 96th power plus 2 to the 96th power. So we have x times 3 to the 96th power plus 2 to the 96th power is less than or equal to 3 to the 100th power plus 2 to the 100th power. Alright, so we have that. Okay, now let's start distributing things here, right? So then we're gonna get x to 96 power, or I'm sorry, not x to the 96 power, x times 3 to the 96 power plus x times 2 to the 96 power. That is not a 90, that is a 96, alright? My handwriting is pretty, whoa, see, I was about to draw something. My handwriting is so bad. Alright, then we have 3 to the 100 power. Actually, let's try distributing out now, right? So, actually, no, hold on, we'll just keep this the same. So you have 3 to the 100 power. Or we can rewrite 3 to the 100 power as 3 to the 4th power times 3 to the 96th power plus we can write 2 to the 100 power as 2 to the 96th power times 2 to the 4th power. Alright, so we have this, right? Then we can just rewrite it to make it look something like this. So then we have 3 to the 4th power times 3 to the 96th power plus 2 to the 4th power times 2 to the 96th power. Oops, that is a 2 to the 96th power is greater than or equal to x times 3 to the 96 plus x 2 to the 96. Alright, so all we did over here is we just rewrote it to make it look something like the right side, alright? Now let's look at our answer choices, alright? And let's start plugging in values. Well, immediately my eyes are drawn to 81 right here, right? Because 81 you can write it as 3 to the 4th power, right? And look, we have a 3 to the 4th power right here, and we have a bunch of 3's. So immediately, naturally, I would just look at 81, alright? That's just my instinct. And, if that's not the first thing that you look at, you might want to try to simplify all these into exponent form. Alright? So I have 3 to the 4th power right here. And so let's try plugging in that number, see if it works, alright? So if we plugged in 3 to the 4th power, we'd have 3 to the 4th power times 3 to the 96, which is 3 to the 100 power, and plus 3 to the 4th power times 2 to the 96. And obviously, 81 is bigger. If we plugged in 81 to this, then this side would be bigger than this side. And so the only number less than 81 here is the number 80. Because we're going to need a number less than, because 81, if we plugged in 81, this would be bigger. And so, as you see, 81, that's actually going to be our answer there, right? And so, in this problem, we didn't really, like I usually say, you don't need to do more work than you actually need to, alright? You can do the minimal amount of work and still get the right answer. See, we didn't get an exact number for this, but yet we still found the answer, alright? We still found a number. If we plugged in for x, we still find a number less than or equal to this value right here. Alright, and there you go. If you got a little confused, maybe rewind back a little bit, but that is how you do it.